Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Pete Hegseth's confirmation hearing had all kinds of action today, including some unruly Democrats. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please check that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica and hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. Mr. Hegseth kept his composure, and I loved it. There was a protest. There was Democrats hammering this guy with questions. And let me tell you something. I find it rich that people who drink heavily, who have had numerous adulterous affairs, who have a slush fund to pay off people who accuse them of certain crimes against women, have a slush fund, secret slush fund, to pay off these victims so you never hear about it. These people sat there on their high horse today looking down their nose at Pete Hegseth and questioning his morality. A group of the most immoral people that this country can produce, sitting there talking about his morality. It's absolutely ridiculous. To anybody who knows what happens on the Hill, to anybody who knows what happens in D.C., we looked at that and laughed because we know what these people do. We know the secrets that happen, the backroom stuff. We know about it, and we're watching them act like they're all high and mighty. Christian Gillibrand was among the Democrats who absolutely had a meltdown. A meltdown. It was shameful. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for her. She made a mockery of herself. She made a mockery of the process. And she sat there and, to me, completely humiliated herself. And come on, Kirsten, you know what you're dealing with. You know who's sitting around you. You know what's going on there. So this idea that you're so outraged, that you're so beside yourself. Well, where were you on the Hunter Biden pardon? You know what he's accused of? Where were you on that? It's selective outrage. You're full of it. You're full of it, and you know it. You're a complete clown show, and you made yourself and the Democrats look like the petty, sore losers that you actually are. Pete Hegseth is more than qualified. He is going to be confirmed, and he's going to reform the Pentagon. So it stops being this bureaucratic machine that eats up tax dollars and spits out garbage. I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
They are so hurtful to the men and women who are currently serving in the U.S. military. Harmful to morale, harmful to good order and discipline. If you are saying that women shouldn't be serving in the military, and I'm going to read you your quotes because the quotes themselves are terrible. You will have to change how you see women to do this job well, and I don't know if you are capable of that. So I want to press on these issues that my colleague Jean Shaheen brought up because she said it so well. So first of all, you answered your questionnaire. Do you believe that any American who wants to serve in their country in the military and can meet objective standards set by the military should be allowed to serve without limitation? You've said yes to that question. But then in all of these other circumstances, you've denigrated active duty service members. We have hundreds of women who are currently in the infantry, lethal members of our military serving in the infantry, but you degrade them. You say, we need moms, but not in the military, especially in combat units. So specific to Senator Cotton's question, because Senator Cotton was giving you layups to differentiate between different types of combat. And specifically, as Secretary, would you take any action to reinstitute the combat arms exclusion for female service members, knowing full well you have hundreds of women doing that job right now? And the standards, your 2-mile run, Tom, is about the Army combat fitness test. It is not the requirements to have an MOS 11 Bravo, which is the infantry. These are the requirements today for people serving in the industry, men and women. They are gender neutral, and they are very difficult to meet. They have not been reduced in any way, and our combat units, our infantry is lethal. So please explain specifically, because you will be in charge of 3 million personnel. It is a big job. And when you make these public statements, and I get you were not Secretary of Defense then, I get you were on TV, I get you were helping veterans, I get it was a different job. But most recently, you said this in November of 2024, knowing full well you might have been named as Secretary of Defense. So please explain these types of statements, because they're brutal and they're mean and they disrespect men and women who are willing to die for this country.